want Sam Williams. Sam Williams. I want a linebacker, but let's go Cowboys! Let's go Cowboys! Let's go Cowboys! Cowboys can't bad, baby. Let's go, son. Crack 'em if you got 'em.
Welcome to Minnesota. Podcast, we talk about us arriving here, our trip, what we're going to be doing in the next week or so. And we asked,
crack 'em if you got 'em, son.
Let's go. How about them Cowboys?
Crack 'em if you got 'em. Yeah! Let's go, baby. Please hit him. Somebody punch him, please.
Hey, you want one of these? Coors?
You got a yellow belly, you knew exactly what
I know, you were looking me up and down. I knew what you wanted. You want a banquet?
Yes.
Crack him if you got him!
Jerry! Pick us up, Jerry! We're not worthy!
Cowboys can fan.
Cowboys can.
Like Canadian fan, can fan.
Oh.
Cowboys can fan.
Love Canada.
Yeah.
I'll look you up.
Awesome, thanks brother. Take care, man. And look, that's how you get subscribers. And nowadays age, it's a dog eat dog world. It's a dog eat dog world. We gotta go on the street to get subscribers now.
I'll be like, there'll be a guy at the grocery store and I'll hear him say something about Facebook. I'll be like, oh, you do Facebook? You ever heard of CanFan? At Cowboys CanFan. Have you ever checked us out at Cowboys CanFan on any major platform? Because we're on all of them.
Dude, go to tiktok.com/@CowboysCanFan.
We have a channel, yeah.
What's your channel?
Cowboys Can Fan.
I'm gonna watch that. I'm
Cowboys
from Puerto Rico.
Can Fan. We're from Canada, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's Can Fan on his shirt there.
I'm gonna watch that when I go on.
Yeah, do it. You guys will be on our YouTube.
Can I come all the way to Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico? Hell yeah.
See, that's
Son of a bitch.
Let's go. We're gonna be cracking them if we got them, baby. Let's go. Not often are you gonna have the Vegas Strip shut down like this, so we're gonna take advantage of it. And we're gonna shotgun one for you, son. Crack them if you got them, son. Woo!
Waffle crack?
Crack them if you got them, son.
Yeah, Raleigh, come on.
I've never met a real Eagles fan in real life. I'm from Canada. This is my first time out of my country. Well, hey, I don't say this often, but go f yourself.
Only an Eagles fan would have to promote a Giants or a different club's signage to try to get friends.
Crack them if you got them, son.
Crack him if you got him.
Hey, he hasn't heard though. Do you know who's winning the Super Bowl next year? The Cowboys.
The fucking Cowboys.
Got him!
9 a.m. out in Thailand, and Zion Johnson just got picked by the Chargers, which kind of sucks because I was really hoping that the Cowboys would.
TJ Watt, that taking Taco Charlton over TJ Watt is probably one of the worst. What are you doing over there?
I'm stretching my neck, bro.
I love it because it is literally.
I actually thought you were falling asleep, man.
Hey, Paul, it is 2:30 here. It's 2:30 p.m.
Yeah.
2:30 p.m. No,
We've been drinking since 9 o'clock this morning. It is currently 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a long haul. And
I kind of low-key hate the 10 a.m. games.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
For sure, on a scale of 1 to 10, if you're getting turned up on a Turpentine 10 a.m. game, guess what? You're getting drunk. Yeah. Hot dogs.
Cute guys, real cute.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Crack them if you got them.
Yeah! Cowboys! Cowboys! I'll scream enough for all of us, don't worry.
Crack 'em if you got it.
Oh! First thing I gotta do when I get in is eat something. We got him, baby. Woo! Just sprayed the fuck out of him with that. Oh, there was nothing left. Oh, you!
Oh, he got him. This is a private moment for us, but hey, we did it.
Worth it.
We made it.
Yeah, blast so far.
Every day.
Hey, talk to me at the end of the game. If we get our fucking asses spanked like last week, I will cry in public. No, I have faith. We're not fucking losing
At
today.
least we had one side of the ball playing.
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
Crack him if you got him.
Can I shock on it?
Hey, I've seen this face before. Last night outside Target.
Crack 'em if you got 'em. In fairness, we had eaten 3 briskets and 1 fucking rib. If there's one thing that our military families have taught us, it's no man is left behind. How about them Cowboys?
Go, baby. Let's fucking go. Who do we got? Who do we got? Tyler Smith.
I was just trying to help you out and not. Oh, okay. Good. Yeah, boy! I couldn't hold in my excitement. Yeah, boy! Woo! You guys ready for this crispy one on this hot Canadian summer day?
Give it to us.
Crack 'em if you got 'em, son. Yeah. Ooh, listen to that intro.
Shiver me timbers.
Shimmer me timbers. Yeah, baby,
There
we
we go.
back.
That felt
We
good. That felt
back.
good.
You know
That
what?
felt right.
The best thing about this is I'm over here on the couch. I don't have to worry about anything other than a nice crispy crack 'em down this stupid face.
With a nice Slim Boy cozy.
Yeah, I
Cozy?
actually picked this up in Oxnard. They had the tall boy cozy beer cooler, whatever you want to call it, and my nice fan that they gave us for free.
Yeah.
Just wanted to show them this.
Bought G, we got our tequila bottle. Thank God we don't have to do a shot of tequila before the episode.
Finished it.
We did finish it. I was surprised we finished it. And that tequila is actually pretty tasty. As far as like, I'm not a big hard alcohol guy. We know ads over there mixing them if you're drinking
You are
them.
a hard. You're a hard.
Crack 'em if you got
something
it.
guy.
Hard
Crack 'em if you got
wiener.
'em.
Are we allowed to say wiener in the first 7 minutes?
We did.
We're allowed to say whatever.
Honestly, I don't
we're
know
allowed
why-
to say whatever we
I don't even
want.
know why we even play the game anymore, fellas.
We're not monetized. I'm not going to drop the F YouTube till after the 7 minutes, just in
No.
respect.
Well, I mean look,
Fuck YouTube.
we're
Fuck YouTube,
We're
he
also
said.
entertainment, YouTube.
Ad dropped it. Ad, welcome back to studio. How's it feel?
Yeah,
Did it,
Feels good to be around here.
did it
guys.
suck to not be in here during the first actually back-to-back seasons that you've missed the first preseason game? Because you're a little bitch.
Really?
I am a little bit.
Yeah, he wasn't here for last year's. He was down in Cali and he went to SoFi Stadium instead of watching. I can't even remember who the hell we watched play, and I don't really remember who we watched play on Saturday, to be honest. By the second half, AJ and I were feeling those drinks. So hey, anyways, this is the Cowboys Can Fan podcast. We are now fully into Cowboys football. The Sahara Desert is officially over. We found the oasis. We have basically 7 months, hopefully as much as we can. Let's say 7 months, because that means we're making the Super Bowl of Cowboys football to talk about, and I'm loving it.
How about them Cowboys?
Baby. You know what's not good, though? There was some stormy action happening in Oxnard, California today, and I don't mean the weather. Allegedly, and I'm not even saying allegedly because we have footage of it. It looks like the Cowboys have been pretty chill as far as fights happening in camp up to this point, and it's almost like the water has boiled over, so to speak.
Now, and why do you think, like, obviously now it's happening? Do you think it's just people are getting frustrated? It's getting close to season? Maybe defense, all we're hearing is how defense is just destroying that O-line.
Defense!
Oh, shit. Sorry. Fuck me.
It's actually a good question, Ad. I honestly, to me, usually the Cowboys do joint Usually the Cowboys do joint practices with another team. Last year, I believe it was with LA. And the year before, I don't know, the Broncos, I'll say. This year, they didn't have any joint practices with any teams, right? So yes, they've had the first preseason game, but maybe everyone's testosterone levels are running a little bit high.
I have the clip. I'm just trying to find a better one because I can't reset that one. And we like to sometimes scroll back, have a little peek at something real specific.
Oh yeah, we're scrollers. We're scrollers.
So can you give us just a quick breakdown, because there was 2 viral videos. Maybe there was more, but there was 2. And the way I saw them was in reverse order.
Yeah, so we both actually, so I posted, I was on the IG at Cowboys Can Fan Instagram if you guys are looking.
Holla.
Holla, holla. And no, we didn't post it. I was just logged in.
Should you say holla holla?
Holla, holla.
We your boys?
We your boys.
We are your boys.
So the first video I saw was actually of Micah Parsons getting into it with Badash. Badash. And it kind of, you didn't really know why they were fighting, and it looked like it got pretty heated. But then I saw the original video, or the first video of the initial scrap, and it was actually, there was, AJ, what did you say 67's name was?
Hoffman?
So Hoffman was lined up on Sam Williams in a one-on-one drill, and it didn't look like anything rough happened, but Sam Williams or Huffman gave Sam Williams a push, and then Williams actually came to attack Hoffman, and then Badash just fucking comes out of left field and lowers the boom.
Well, right here, this is from the video we're going to be watching is from Kevin Gray Jr.
Shout out.
Basically reiterate exactly what you said. Tyler Biadasz just crushed Sam Williams after Williams and Brock Hoffman got into it after a play.
Couple big boys.
Lawrence wasn't having it.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna go through this a couple times because is this our first fight film of the year?
Technically, yes.
This is our, not fans. Usually we like to review fan fight. Crack them if you got them. Usually we like to review fan fights, but we're starting this off with a classic Dallas Cowboys Oxnard fight prior to preseason week 2. But yeah, are we waiting for Ad to fix camera? Or are we gonna roll through this biatch? Roll through this biatch.
Yeah,
we're about to roll through this biatch.
Once he gets back, we can switch over.
There he is. He's coming back. He's rolling in, son.
Come on, Ad.
Hey.
Now suck my cock.
I was just going to say,
He didn't hear.
I heard now suck my cock. 2-time Can Fan Award winner Bot G. Eric says, Biadasz was being a little chippy today. It was hot today in Oxnard. Also, a bunch of these 3rd and 4th stringers trying to do a little too much to make the team. Anyways.
I like it, though.
Let's take a look here.
Well, let's see what Hoffman just... I don't know exactly what he did to cause such a reaction from Williams, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to break this down.
We're going to break it down.
now. I'm going to roll that back. You just catch the end of it here on this.
So I actually think Williams might have. I think Williams is the instigator there, to be honest.
Yeah, he comes back and does like.
No, not even that though. So watch, he chops down on him, and then he just gives him a little push, which is like, unless they had shit going on prior in practice, but then Biotis just comes and fucking cleans his clock. Like blindside block, the ones you look for, but Biotis just planted him. And the thing that makes me worried is, yeah, sure, these third or fourth stringers might be trying to do too much, but right now we have a first stringer and a second fringe first stringer fighting each other. Do we want that? Yeah. Not really. Is it fun to watch? Kind of.
Well, I mean, I will say I would rather it be O versus D versus two D players getting into it.
Oh, yeah, you got it, because they're just sticking up for their boys, right?
Let's go through this one more time here. So definitely should have walked away there. Williams wasn't even doing anything. He was just running up like he didn't even have his hands up to hit him.
Oh, but you gotta fucking. Hey man, you fuck around, you find out.
You fuck around and find out.
And he found out. But look at what I like to see is Coach Law, D-Law right in there, helmet off, like a bulldog. That's my biggest take out of this is D-Law is in there instantly.
Yeah. He's backing everyone up.
Guys, it's just, this is what it is. Like I said, we don't have a team that we've scrimmaged against. We've had the one preseason game. A lot of these guys haven't had very many competitive reps or hitting reps. The juices are flowing. Yeah. And you can see it all pulsing everywhere in this clip.
Don't look to the sides, look straight up, because I'm right on top of you, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that was the first clip. Now I'll try to find a better version of that second.
The second
clip.
when Micah throws the right hook.
I didn't see that one. Oh no, I think
Micah ends up throwing a right hook. He's been right here. He fucking drops Fowler. No, just kidding.
Look at this. Look at this.
Just drops him.
These guys are practicing for the celebrity boxing.
I would love to watch some of these NFL players celebrity box, to be honest.
Micah was talking on that Pivot podcast about how he was learning how to box so he can get his hands.
Slang and bang.
Shows, hey, he wants to let him loose, baby.
Just let me bang, bro.
Let me bang, bro. Let me bang, bro.
So we do, I mean, the second one where Micah's kind of going at it, I don't know if there's very good clips. Maybe just put Micah Parsons in. AJ, maybe that'll hit because he's the one that threw the punch. I don't know.
That's what we do.
I don't think we can look too much about this. It's like Dak obviously took him to the side after.
Just Dak being dad.
Daddy Dak.
The quote that you post.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, hang on, let me bring it up. You can tell me when you're ready there, sweetheart.
Okay, so they're not even really watching it. So you kind of got to watch.
Stay out of there, Dak. Stay out of there, Dak.
But imagine someone, like one of our starters, broke their hands over this. Like Micah's hitting a dude, punching a guy that has a helmet on. It just never seems like a very good idea. Let's fucking go, Micah, is what someone screamed.
I wonder if that was like a oh, that was probably a fan.
Oh, I don't know if there's fans there.
No, it looks like a close.
Looks like a closed practice. So if you watch up close. Oh, no, that wasn't it.
Oh.
It's just a nice little sweep.
Nice little sweep. Come on, where's that? There, I know there was a good. Actually, hang on.
Let's see it.
This one, no, that one. It's
okay,
this one.
Oh, there you go. You got it.
Just let me bang, baby. Let me bang, baby. Things got chippy at the end of practice. This is Hot Boys Digital at Hot Boys Digital on Instagram. So this is the original one that we saw.
Oh, that's the original.
I mean, it's
still good.
It's going to be the one to the left of that.
Yeah, I can't control volume on this fucking.
Okay, so let's run through this one. So yeah, you can't really see what's happening. Someone's walking around away with a helmet.
And yeah, Micah had a helmet.
It just looks like kind of a clusterfuck, to be honest.
Is that Zack Martin grabbing Micah right there?
No, it looks like him, but Martin's 70.
Okay.
Don't do it, Micah. Don't do it. Don't do it, Micah.
Shout out to Hot Boys Digital and Deffy also.
I do like the fact that Dak ended up taking Micah aside after and being like, yo, we don't need this shit. Like, there's no need for it. And then Mike McCarthy actually had the team together at the end of practice saying, guys, we know fucking better.
Yeah.
That's quoted. Oh, what am I doing? Guys, we fucking know better.
Y'all
Look,
know better than that.
I love the feistiness, the competition. I think you're right that they need to unleash that steam.
The pulse.
A lot of the players just haven't been able to do that, and quite frankly, are not going to be able to do that until week 1 of the season, really. So, I like it, but again, it's
You don't
like,
love it.
No, for me, I think if who came running in on that, the Hoffman and Williams, if Biadasz didn't come in and hit him, I don't think that would have gone more than what it was.
Just like jawing?
Yeah.
But I fucking love that, though. That's the one part I liked about it. I like it was face on face, no punches thrown. You run up on one of my offensive linemen, I'm going to put you down. Because this is the only thing that I think back of. I think about Andy Dalton in 2020 running and getting fucking knocked out.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody did anything. He just laid there knocked out and nobody did anything.
That's so sad.
It's sad. It's like, I want the offensive line to be dogs. I want the defensive line to be dogs. Sam Williams got a little bit revenge on Biadasz the next scuffle, right?
Yeah.
If someone gets hurt, obviously it's a different story. Or if you get a 15-yard penalty at a critical part of the game, that sucks too. But you have to play with a little bit of an edge that the Cowboys have missed out in prior years. So I don't hate it, don't love it. Don't like Micah taking punches or throwing punches at guys with helmets on. Don't like even our 1s and 2s getting laid out for no reason. But they're big boys. They're tough. They're big. I think it's just going to make the team tougher and stronger in the long run.
We have Ivan Sosa saying, this is my first time here. Shout out to the Cowboys Huddle.
Hey, Cowboys Huddle. Yeah, we love the Cowboys Huddle. We love them over there.
Ultra Cowboy says, they will be nasty this year. He's talking about the defense. Overshown was the last missing ingredient, a true hitter like Donovan Wilson. They will get penalties.
Yeah. And you know what? There's good penalties and there's bad penalties.
Yep.
I'm all for a good penalty.
Like, in that instance, that would have been a good penalty, absolutely. Again, it's just, it's just injuries, and that's what you're looking for. But, and in the instance of Micah punching someone with the helmet, which I don't know that I clearly saw, but,
yeah,
I definitely take your word for it. Like, that's just...
Oh, and my word's just... You can't see shit in that video.
Let's say he did.
Yeah.
Cowboys Can fan Anthony Bessie says, Michael Parsons throwing punches here.
But by the looks of it, Micah and Fowler Jr. were having a little fake box. So it looks like maybe everyone's aware of that intensity. And sometimes when you play up to it, like you just to unleash something like we were talking about, like as kids, as adolescents. That's the only thing I can really think of is when you're like at a party and someone wants to fight.
You have to fight them.
And then everyone's kind of like, yeah. And I was never a fighter.
You have to fight. You have to fight them. You have to fight them.
But
no, I just mean, like, if you were going to fight someone at a party, I'd be like, yeah, let's fuck it. Like, and I'm not a fighter. I'm not going to fight, but like, you get into that. You get into a team.
All I'm picturing is the Superbad scene when they're in the one room and
and the fight breaks out.
The fight breaks out.
Oh, you're Jim.
Oh, I'm praying for a fight right now.
Be careful though. It's spicy.
Tiana Ellis says those fights simply mean they are ready to kill the Giants week 1.
Fuck yeah. And I don't think the aggression's a bad thing. Mike McCarthy dialed them back in. This is really the first main thing other than Trevon Diggs calling Dak a bitch that we've heard about. It's going to get blown up. This happens on every team. This isn't just a thing that happened on the Cowboys. This happens to all 31 other teams in the NFL. They eventually get pissed at each other. The defense had the defense's back, and the offense had the offense's back. So,
and you know what? They're probably in the locker room laughing about it right now.
Totally.
That's the thing. We see these things come out, and if you just go to any high school, semi-professional, college, minor, like there's arguments when you're in the middle of being in, like when you're locked in and you're playing, even in practice, man, we talk about practice.
Talking practice?
It just gets heated. It is what it is. I don't think it's anything too concerning. Like I said, I'd rather see offense versus defense. It sucks if someone gets injured, so you got to be a little bit more careful about it. We don't want to see Micah throwing punches at people's helmets. That's just stupid.
I want to see him spin kicking someone.
I want to see him front. I want to see him do a gainer front flip, back flip into somebody's face.
Or just the heel kicks, gainer heel kick. But it's a nothing burger in my mind, and I like the aggression. But I mean, realistically,
Chris Ruiz says it looks to me like there's a lot of passion out there. I remember when they thought Dez was too much, he would have done well with this team.
Oh fuck!
Imagine Dez right now
Don't even bring Dez up right now
on the 2023 Cowboys.
I would love Dez. I mean, Dez could be on any football team at any time and be a huge asset. The guy was just.
Yeah, I said it. Write it down. Take a picture. Send it to him. You heard me. Eat it. Eat it.
But big news.
Yeah, what's the news?
Drop it.
Well, I mean, everyone's talked about it already. And just got some pictures here from Nathaniel Newton Jr.
At 61, Nate Newton. Oh, that's Nate Newton.
Nate Newton.
He was the one rocking the mic when we were at camp. Cowboys legend.
Oh, fucking A, Nate. Well, he was an angry old man, but training camp has officially started. Zack Martin's in town. Here's some first shots of Zack Martin wearing that stupid fucking helmet.
Why is he wearing skeleton gloves? They look like those gloves when you're getting your Halloween outfit.
No, it looks like someone's coming behind him to like do the arms through and be like, "Hey, look, I'm your hands. I'm your hands. I'm your hands."
That's a beefy boy. Zack Martin's a beefy boy. Man, sorry. Beefy man.
Beefy man.
I mean, I've seen beefier.
Great to have him back, guys. This is huge. Martin back. And guys, how I was kind of saying earlier at the start of training camp that some of these vets kind of seem like they're kind of waiting for most of training camp to be done. Is it kind of ironic that Zack Martin, Ezekiel Elliott, and Dalvin Cook all signed the same day?
No.
You don't think? Like,
I don't think. No, sorry. It's not. It's planned to be.
Yeah, they don't want. They're probably like, yeah, I'll be there. Maybe not so much Martin, but Elliott and Dalvin Cook. I'd be very surprised if maybe without saying it, hey, like you're never going to tell a team, yeah, I'll sign with you, but I'm going to come there 3 weeks into camp. But
or I'll take a milli off my my signing because I'm not going to show up to camp.
Yeah, but it's probably
those conversations.
This guy Zack Martin's so loaded that the $1 million that he got fined instead of practicing for 3 weeks, doing 2 days or whatever they do, is probably worth it to him.
100%.
Oh, he made a 3-to-1 or 4-to-1 return on that.
And you'll take that any day of the week, right?
I think he got two an extra.
Or
Or no,
extra,
it was extra
four,
four. So he
and
made,
lost one.
Yeah.
That's genius.
So, shit. What were you just talking about before that? Damn it.
Zack Martin's juicy thighs.
Not gonna. I can't really remember. Oh, I guess just what I wanted to bring up though here was so the Dallas Cowboys cap is still 18.9 milli. I think last time we talked about it pre-Dak it was 20 mil or something like that.
Yep.
So not a big hit. 2024 was already down to like I think 5 million left or something like that. Now there's like less than $1 million.
So they're gonna have to do a little. They're gonna have to do a little
shuffle.
But this was happening. It was just when.
Oh yeah.
Especially
it doesn't mean that they can't also then restructure it next year and just keep doing that kind
they
of
have a no out clause in 2024 out of his contract.
There it is.
There it is.
Baby.
630. There it is, baby. I like to have Zack Martin back. That's huge.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Necessary move. What I wanted to say was about the free agents. Obviously it could be an unspoken thing. I think it also just correlates with the first preseason game being done. So I think it's best value for players. They might as well hold out all training camp until the first week is done, and then teams start to realize like, okay, this is something we need, or whatever it might be. So
look at our offensive line. I get it. We have a very good defensive line, but you need Zack Martin back. He had lots of leverage the way, and it might be because our defensive line is so amazing or very good or top 5, hopefully. Yeah. But we definitely need him.
And Patriots tend to scheme with whoever's in their backfield, and so bringing in more weapons they're not really loyal to any specific running back, right?
I don't know how ready I am to see Zeke run for. I'm glad that it's not in the NFC.
That's glad he went there.
I'm glad it's not in the NFC. It's kind of interesting that we do play the Patriots. I'm pretty sure we play them week 4, October 1st, week 4. That'll be interesting to see Zeke play against us. It's cool that he's number 15. He went back to his the Ohio State number.
Woo!
He got rid of his mop on top of his head. He trimmed up his beard. He's looking like Zeke on draft day. Maybe he's feeling a little fresher. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how his next step of his career happens. The guy's still young. He's only, I think, 28 years old.
I was showing somebody that's not a Cowboys fan. I was talking to him about Zeke because we were talking about fantasy football, and I was explaining to him his numbers. And it's like obviously when we're watching Zeke, and it's like, oh, Zeke's losing his steps and this and that. But when you look at his stats are still 12 touchdowns and 878 yards. He's like,
he had 22 touchdowns over 2 years.
Yeah.
That's I mean, not get rid of fantasy football. That's fucking great for a running back.
Well, the Cowboys did a pretty damn good job of splitting or giving Tony Pollard more carries last year, but they really should have invested even more, especially when they saw, and I think, in fairness, Vanilla Pudding did that. He did move a little bit more to Tony Pollard, but not to the extent that he really should have. Could have relied on him a few more games, like full games. And
I think,
letting Zeke take a whole week off or something.
2021 kind of showed us that Tony Pollard might have passed Zeke as being the best running back on the Dallas Cowboys.
For sure.
Like, there was games that TP20's getting 5 or 6 carries.
Yeah.
And getting fucking whatever many yards, and Zeke's there was kind of that shift, and I'm a Zeke guy. Zeke's probably one of my top, I don't know, I'm going to say at least top 10 favorite Cowboys. So it was kind of bittersweet, right? We had high draft capital in him, so it was kind of hard to be like concede defeat on him. Being like,
the consistency with him.
So I'm excited to watch him for another team. I hope it's that kind of refresh, restart, and it's fucking in a different conference. So I'm glad that, because I can cheer for him.
Hot off the press, Ultra Cowboy says, Booty Tolbert is making me eat my words. Sometimes it feels good to be wrong. If he pans out, it's over. Because it's off of him saying this is the most complete team since the 95 team. This team is loaded.
Wow, Ultra's going for it. This is positive Ultra.
Positive Ultra.
And that's actually a very good segue that he gave us into our next segment, which after preseason week 1 against the Jacksonville Jaguar, who has their stock up and who has their stock down? Party till I die.
Here we go.
It feels good being back in studio with sound effects just kind of right up there.
Sound effects are going. We're all vibing. Just feels good. Hey, man, we're ramping up. We're less than a month away from week 1, and I can feel the electricity.
And where are we going to be this Saturday?
This Saturday, we're actually driving down to Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington, the Pacific Northwest, which is kind of weird for us because we're Canadian, so it's actually south of us. But we'll call it the Pacific Northwest. We're driving down. We're making the 3-hour trek. We will be there live, pretty close to the field though. Ad got us some pretty sick seats.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna be rocking it up down there.
And we're paying them at face value too.
Yeah, that's great. How often does that happen?
And you can bet that it's the preseason experience for us, because we are usually up in those nosebleeds.
Right?
Oh yeah.
But the good thing about it for us, because AJ and I watching the Jaguars game, you would have never known it was a preseason game. I was fucking right into it, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like a guy has a good play. It's just as exciting because it's like, I'm gonna say our evolution of the podcast, we're definitely a lot further involved than we were the first year.
Oh, as a group, absolutely, yeah.
So I'm excited for it.
And one thing I'm very excited about the Seahawks for is, of course,
Charbonnet. Lullin' Charbonnet.
And there was another rookie those guys got.
JSN.
So
I mean, it's gonna be a good game.
Should be.
I like that Seahawks are close. We really have no relationship. Cowboys have no relationship with them except for an opponent. So it doesn't feel bad to kind of root for a player.
Well, because
in that, I just hope that I see something fun.
Well, you had a guy that you wanted the Cowboys to draft, and it's one of those things that you can go back on and be like, "I'll see."
Was he good, or I'll shut up about it?
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's like, maybe we should have taken him.
Like when I saw DTR just ball out at the Hall of Famer game, I was like, yeah.
DTR had a good game the next week 1 against. I can't remember they're playing, but he played all right. I think.
Can't remember. Don't care.
Don't care. They're actually playing tonight too. I think, or maybe tomorrow. I don't fucking know.
We got Ruben. So before we go to Stock X, I just want to catch up on some of these comments here.
Oh, absolutely.
Ruben Cano says Zeke was great. He was a third, and then he says Zeke was great. This is just.
I agree.
Katar Air says I think he is a third best running back behind Emmitt Smith and then Dorsett, ahead of Zeke, and then. Rolando R2 says, Cowboys fan, are you going to buy the Deuce jersey? Crack him if you got him. Go Cowboys, America's team.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna reiterate that perfect segue into stock up, stock down. Because look, a lot of things happened in the game against the Jaguars. It was electric. It was fun. It was the first game. I went back and I looked at just to bring myself some reality. I looked at first week last year at a couple.
Oh, nice. Smart.
At the Dallas Cowboys. Preseason last year at the Dallas Cowboys and at some other teams. Just to get like a vibe for like what that first week is like. And I will say,
Not good, usually.
well, there's people who had excellent weeks who are not in the NFL anymore. And then there was a guy like Crash Davis who showed up to play. And in my mind, up until, say, last Saturday against the Jags, was in line to be RB2 without a doubt.
We call them the Jag-Offs.
That's what I thought. But lots has changed, and we're going to get into that right now.
Right here, right.
So we did something real. We just shared our thoughts. And then I put together a little.
Is this going to be a new
document
segment on Wednesday Night Main Event?
It's set up to be.
Definitely should be.
It looks
it's
like a
set
nice
up.
theme. I need you to get a
80s
nice,
music.
A nice.
It's got to be 80s.
Yeah, a nice 80s theme.
This is 80s theme. This is like 80s video game theme to me. I don't know if that's what you were going for,
You could
AJ.
actually get us, let's hear it for the boys on that one too. That kind of works for a
Oh,
temporary
yeah.
theme.
That is good.
Oh, hang on. All right, stock up, stock down. Ow. Okay, let's get into this.
Let's get into it. Before we do,
Crack 'em. Actually,
crack 'em if
Crack
you got 'em.
if you got them.
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
If you're just crack 'em if you got them.
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
And if you're just showing up, like and subscribe, roll with us.
Do you ever feel dirty when you say that?
Never.
You don't mind just saying like and subscribe or like the chat or like the video?
No.
hey, look, if you've made it this far and you're liking what you hear,
Like and
there's a reason
subscribe.
every single person who does YouTube videos says it. It's because it actually does help.
It's-
and
okay, so
You don't think it's an echo chamber of people just saying it?
Okay, this is
I don't know why I just say it.
okay. There's a guy in chat trolling us.
Oh,
I'm gonna-
fuck you, dude.
Yeah, his name's Eastside Harold.
Well, there you go. One,
2.0.
One, his name's Harold. So the guy got made fun of his whole life. Your
okay.
name's Harold?
Hey,
Roldy?
this is-
Hey, Roldy. What do you
And hasn't even heard what he says yet, and he's just going off.
Well, he goes, I hate these guys even more after that, which is after our little dance. And then what did he
Yeah,
say
but your
first?
mom loves it. Booyah!
And his first comment was, "These guys look like Dallas Cowboys fans." That's not a compliment, idiot. You're in a fucking Dallas Cowboys fan show.
I don't understand that. I
Yeah.
don't understand that.
Guess
but-
what? Guess what we call it?
How long? When was his first message?
6:34 p.m.
So he's been in here
5
good.
minutes, 5
Perfect.
minutes ago.
Keep on. Keep it up. Get the
Eastside
retention.
Herald, we're gonna win you over. That's easy. But also, fuck, I hate it when people type in they have shitty grammar. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, if you're on your phone.
Periods, at least put a period in between your sentences.
Oh, sorry. His other comment is, "These guys like to peach-chug beers." That what he said.
Ass chug beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, ass chugging, and you get fucked
Hey,
up
you
off
get
one.
fucked up, bruh.
Yeah.
If you've never ass chugged a beer,
I also
classic Harold.
Classic Harold.
I put my tampons in vodka before I use them too.
Yeah. So
Okay, fuck you, Harold. Stock up, stock down. There he is. I'm not being a dick, but you couldn't have found a picture of him with a Cowboys jersey.
I honestly, to be
tough.
they were all low quality, and so I was just like, "Fuck, at least this one."
And
But by
that picture of him, sorry, is an epic picture.
it's a great picture.
It's a great picture.
I would. Hey,
The
I would never comment on the picture you chose.
I
for
only
him.
said that because that's 22. Emmett Smith is 22, right? That's the only reason it gets to my.
I will be
that's
honest.
the only reason.
Because in my dire search, I did just kind of not even notice, but because I don't
Very
know.
similar
I don't know
colors.
how I would
It's
have
very
not
well. It's
noticed.
very similar colors.
But anyways, let's move past that and get into just his stats. 8 carries, 50 yards, 6.3 average, 1 tutty, 26 long.
Great Cavs.
3 targets, 3 receptions, only for 6 yards, but he did have a 9 long. So obviously one of those was a tackle behind the line, and maybe one was not for very many yards. But so he does have the ability to get out there and get a first down.
Can I say one thing?
Go for it.
No.
Everything else, love the layout. The layout is great, AJ. I love this. This is going to be a great segment moving forward.
And we're gonna work on the photo accuracy.
I love everything else about it. I know I came out swinging.
No,
Harold,
it's okay.
Harold had me jacked up.
Harold 2.0.
Fuck you.
My goodness. See, he's winning. He's winning.
I know he's winning. I
Okay,
gotta dial it down.
these are kind of our points, and I'll spit them, or if someone else wants.
I'll
to.
spit it.
No, but you were going to make a comment, though. What was your comment?
That I loved everything that he did with it.
Oh, I thought you were making a...
No, everything AJ did with this.
Can I make a comment? Do I kind of look like an old living off the government Dennis Menace right now?
You look like you're a villain in a Minions movie.
What? That's good. What's Dennis the Menace's neighbor's name?
Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson. No, like, okay, no cap. In the 1994 Dennis the Menace movie,
Sucked.
well, whatever, it didn't suck.
movie sucked.
Walter Matthau was Mr. Wilson, but how scary was fucking Christopher Lloyd as the
It was
bad guy?
terrifying.
He was terrifying.
Oh yeah,
And that's why Ant says it sucks.
Beans.
Yeah, 94. I was 7 years old. That probably fucking scarred me for life.
Beans.
It did, because beans. Yeah, he's eating the beans and he's fucking sitting.
It's terrifying.
Oh man, what I showed the kids it and I was like, am I doing something right?
And they were scared.
Oh yeah,
And both your kids are older than me, so at least have some sympathy, you bastard.
Yeah, but there's AJ. He looks like he's fucking on mushrooms and he's some sort of.
Dennis the Menace minion man.
Okay, so here's our points of high praise. Ooh, I like that.
I like that it's in blue.
Yeah, I went green, but I remember someone saying that was hard to read, so I was like, fuck it, we're keeping it.
I like
blue.
the
And that
blue.
is a Cowboys blue. It's just like one of the lighter tones.
Royal blue.
Excitement in the air when he was on the field.
You could feel it.
Oh, yeah.
Especially after he had that first carry. It wasn't a big carry, but he looked shifty. And AJ and I, it was funny because every time he did something or was on the field, AJ and I did this to each other. Like a little look. And I know Ad's jealous because there was some chemistry between AJ and I back over on that side of the.
Behind baseballs.
Probably just us being drunk.
Hey,
Behind baseball, they kicked me off the show. I'm surprised I'm even here.
hey, Romo, we're gonna let you go sit on the bench over there just for a couple snaps.
Daddy Dak's coming in.
Yeah, let Dak do it. Hey, me sitting over at Anthony's? Fuck, man.
No,
I
no,
got
no.
vacation week after week.
I want this spot.
No, a couple snaps. Fourth quarter, we gotta switch it.
We'll see.
Fourth quarter of that game was not good.
Because we weren't video switching at that point.
Yeah, I know. Fourth quarter, that's what I mean. I kind of just forgot to even do anything.
Yeah.
There were just times I was like, oh yeah, shit, I'm supposed to be doing stuff. But yeah, excitement in the air when on the field. You could just feel it. Like there's few players that you watch, this is very, very quick to say that he's like any of these players, but guys that you kind of felt like that way when they're on the field, Michael Vick, Devin Hester. Like I just kind of had small, the excitement of what's this guy going to do if he gets the ball.
Ultra Cowboy, he's not saying he's the next Barry Sanders, but he says people tend to forget Barry Sanders was 5'8".
He was also a first-round pick.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is the movements that he's doing feel very similar to a lot of the stuff that Barry Sanders was doing out on the field.
We'll have to pump the brakes on that one. And that I agree. There's excitement like that. I agree. I agree the excitement. And we'll meet in the middle saying there's excitement when he's in the backfield.
He showed up to play NFL football, and he even, I think, made a comment after the game to paraphrase something along the lines of, he felt good about coming in and showing up, but he knows,
it's one preseason.
There's another
game.
week.
Yeah,
there's another week coming up, and then so on and so forth. So I like that attitude,
how when you look at the new The Pick Is In, that new show that's going to come out on Roku about the War Room. They have a whole section on them talking about drafting.
Jerry's running that fucking show.
So it'll be interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I
2 minutes of him and his dad making out.
Yeah. Guys, do you want
to take such a wholesome moment? He just takes a wholesome moment and he makes it he just East Side Heralds it right there.
I did East Side Herald it.
Do you guys want us to leave? No.
Stay, film
it.
So great speed and burst. I think that's kind of where Ultra Sane kind of
Speed, burst, and movement.
And Ultra Sane, Barry
moves.
Sanders does not go in the first round in the new NFL.
Maybe not. Maybe not. But
That's a hard one to say. That's a
I do like that we only have one downside about him, and this is a thing that I want. This is the reason I want to see Deuce play a bit more, because he only has one game on the books, right? So you don't know much about that. But diving into that I want to see him in a pass blocking situation. We didn't see that.
Yeah.
We didn't see him have to block, right?
Well, maybe they realize that that's just not going to happen. And so when he's on the field, he's going to be running a route.
But then you just that's the thing. If you know that they're going to just run, if he's in, or if he's even running a route,
yeah,
there's just so many things that you can gameplay against that.
But we also know TB20 is not a great blocker.
But if you look at Tony Pollard's stats as a running blocker, he's actually not that bad on an NFL average.
But
where Deuce Vaughn,
they're
just seeing what he's done,
I just think that
he had 0 blocking attempts in college last year.
right.
So
very small.
Yeah, I mean, you pose a very valid point, but we still don't know.
We haven't seen
the
it.
type of offensive scheme or him actually blocking. We gotta assume he's not going to block. We also assume when TP20 was on the field, there's not much blocking. So are they shifting their offensive scheme where a tight end's going to come back and block, or they're going to
Texas Coast,
or the Texas Coast offense is going to have a blocker in there with both running backs? So you just don't know what's going to happen. Do we really have any solid blocking running backs at the moment?
No.
Well, TP20 is about as average as you can get. And so that's kind of
with blocking.
Sorry, yes. No, he's a great runner, but that's why he is, that A+ almost type of player in a lot of people's eyes, because he doesn't hurt you in the blocking scheme when he's on the field more often than he does, right? Of course, he's gonna have some botched, but he's that sounded
It was just
nice.
some ASRM. Is that ASMR? ASRM? ASMR?
But there was a nice set of blocks. Scooney as a sailboat actually made a nice block on one of his Deuce.
Crack him if you got him.
Deuce Vaughn's longer runs. That being said, he was also running with the second team, so you got to give him that too. And this was a good performance.
It was. Hey, and then we've kind of been critical of Deuce Vaughn. We have been. We all have been. And I said I needed to see it. Prior to going live for the Jacksonville game, I said, I want to see in this preseason that one player that you're like, okay, this guy's done it. And he's, so far, I would say he was the cracking player of the game.
Yeah.
I was not critical of Deuce Vaughn.
No, you weren't.
You were not. No.
No, you weren't.
It's at this point, it's his spot to lose.
Yeah. He has the type of offensive energy and the offensive when he hits the field, the fan rallying behind it is enough to kind of get everybody.
Oh, it's going to be Deuce. Yeah. You know that's happening.
Happening. And again, you see the players rally around him after he makes those plays. I think it's good. Anyways.
Okay, next up, did you go stock up? Okay, yeah, I like that.
Stock up, and then stock down.
Okay, so next up, stock up. Jake Ferguson, week 1 stats. 3 targets. You got to like this. 3 receptions, right? Every time he was targeted, he caught it. 38 yards, 12.7 average, 26 long. His block, I'm just going to say run right through it. Blocking looks better, showed tight end 1 receiving talent, and the Cowboys drafted a tight end in the second round is the only downfall. Discuss.
So, blocking looks better. This is more hearsay. I can't see that well enough, but I don't know if his blocking is better from last year, but I just did some reading, and that's kind of what a few people said, although they didn't go into depth. So take that with a grain of salt. But even still, he certainly showed he's a big body who he can replace Schultz. And, I will, take another knock in my disbelief for him, because I think he showed the skill set that I was looking for out there. And the knock, just to quickly touch on that too, Cowboys drafted a tight end in second round. That doesn't mean shit. It's just that the Cowboys are certainly going to want to push Schoonmaker to the test, and that could have an effect on Ferguson's playing time and a few things there. So it's just a caution.
The good thing with this offense, there's enough room. Yeah, sure, we have a lot of wide receivers that are going to demand the ball, but for our tight ends to still move, there's lots of room for both of these guys, Ferguson and Scooney as a sailboat in his first year, to make an instant impact. So I'm excited. Like you said, 3 targets, 3 receptions. Yep. That's great. He only played X amount. You can't ask for more. He definitely. And I was kind of, man, you're right. We took a couple L's on both of these guys. Alex and I, anyways. Ad's always the optimist out of the 3. I didn't know I didn't know if Ferguson was going to be it. I kind of thought Scooney was going to be the guy that came in and battled for the one. Does that happen? Possibly, but from what we've seen in the limited action, he's fending him off for a little bit.
So thank you for saying that. I'm the shining light of the Cowboys fan team. Just made that up. Ultra Cowboys says Jake is too slow. 4.8 40 is not good. My comment on that would be we don't need all fast players. I think if he can catch and he can be the guy that Dak pump and dumps to.
Pumps and dumps. If he can be Dak's cum dumpster.
Yeah.
Then it's all good.
Are we allowed to say cum dumpster?
I know, but he said it now.
Nice.
But Bot G Eric says, I'm going to say stock down because Scooney, in fact, is a sailboat and signed my football.
That's science.
And then
You can't argue with that.
yeah, like, I mean, look, right now we're just talking about so just for the record, everybody, this is from off of last game, stock up, stock down. So
Yeah.
Scooney can, in fact, overtake him, and possibly in the next 2 preseason games, we see Scooney come in to be that number 1 tight end. I don't want to say another name because it possibly could spoil our stock up, stock down. I don't know if AJ put it on there.
I know you're talking about
Who? The 5th horseman?
Stevens.
Yeah, Stevens. So, I mean, it's still a battle. I mean, Jake Ferguson, he came in, he hit 3 for 3, and he was out. He thought he was God's gift to tight end.
He was just standing like Buffalo Bill on the sideline. Just standing, dick tucked, just on the sideline.
Jake Fergie with his dick tuck.
You just yelling at Scooney. It puts the lotion. What the fuck is Fergie doing?
Well, it is a tight end is a stacked position group, man.
I like it, and I would never expect that. We could possibly go 5, which is crazy. Because if you go 5, I just don't see how.
Oh shit. Well, so just
I figured to finish your thought. Sorry.
No, I'm good.
I like to kind of roll right as you're
roll.
talking.
Well, no, just roll.
Let me
Just
just finish
roll.
this. Katar says Stevens is my dude.
Stevens is John Stevens Jr.
and then-
looked great.
And then Ultra says Kelsey's a 4.61, Pitts is 4.4, Kittle 4.52, Goddard is 4.65.
Okay,
Mark
Ultra,
Andrew,
we get
4.63, and Schoonmaker, because this is to Alex, because AJ's a Scooney.
He's a sailboat.
He's a
Too
4.61, and then he falls it off with saying Hendershot's going to get cut.
Ooh.
Hendershot looked good all the tight ends look good when we were down in Oxnard. I like to drop that. Like we walk.
Except
to drop that. We walk.
What about McKeon?
McKeon, he's kind of been. He looks better at fullback than
Fucking kill me.
adds fucking Lepke.
Yeah, fuck.
Okay,
Hey, you know what?
McKeon, Lepke could have been a stock downer. He had a nice
Fucking
run.
kill me.
Well, all right. Let's switch on to the next. Any guesses?
I'm gonna say it's Overshown. That's our guy right there.
Woo, and that's
our
the right
guy,
jersey,
baby.
right?
35. That's the right jersey. Yeah, it's not orange.
So week 1 stats are not terribly awesome, but I think he was second on the team. 6 total tackles, actually pretty good.
Yeah, if you think
2
about only
solos,
playing a quarter.
2 solos, and it wasn't necessarily just that. There was that big stop. We did a clip, and I'm going to bring it up right now while I'm talking. Anth, why don't you explain that while I bring that up?
So go ahead.
No, go.
No, I was just going to read the stats,
Oh, okay.
but you just say what you were going to say.
So Overshown, we made a clip. It was 3rd down and very short in the Jaguars end of the field, and it looked like they were going to get an easy 1st down, and this fucking blur of lightning just came out of nowhere, looking like a lightning bolt, looking like a wall, just standing up the running back for a 0 gain play. And we got the clip right here. At Cowboys Can Fan. If you're not over here on YouTube watching this, head on over to youtube.com/Cowboys Can Fan. It's a lot better with visuals than just our voices.
Making a tackle or just being in the right place. Nice stop!
Who was that? Who just made that stop? Who was the first hit there?
Was it Smith? That might have been
I think
Smith.
it might have been Overshown, baby! Woo! Give me that replay, son. Was that number 35?
Let's see.
Give me 35 up in this.
Where's he coming from?
Right in the middle there. That's number... Boom! Overshown, son!
go.
Welcome to the NFL!
Boom, baby!
Boom! Brick wall!
Riker sounds like a little
Overshown!
soundbite clip.
They call him Pink Floyd because he's the wall, baby. Making a tackle or just
We got to get a Pink Floyd The Wall soundbite.
Oh, yeah.
for
yeah.
Overshown.
From what I saw from Overshown and what we've seen at camp and what we've heard of reports out of camp, the guy's everything you want as a third round pick. He looks like he could start. He's still a little bit back on the depth chart. He's got a couple guys ahead of him, but he's battling, and that's all you want: depth and speed.
And he's showing leadership ability. But in this game, what we saw was either he looked like or he was the fastest player on the field. He flowed to the ball, as we just saw.
Or balls.
Wherever was necessary, his hands were. He was building off a strong camp, staying hungry, so that's a nice kind of trajectory that we like to see. And I'm just kind of playing with this one, but is there Micah vibes with him a little bit? I don't know. I mean, not really, of course, but I just wanted to throw it out there. Like, if he's doing that type of moment, pivotal moment, a big third down stop, third and short stop, whatever it might be, maybe he gets a couple interceptions, doing that once a game, I mean, that's such a huge addition to the defense.
And the reason this was so big, or why it's like, okay, this guy we might have something here. The Cowboys had their twos in, right? The Cowboys had their twos in at this point. The Jaguars were running their first team offense.
Yeah.
Right. So the Cowboys defense, and I'll say this, the Cowboys defense, their twos looked great. And the only reason the score was what it was is because of a couple of the guys that
Turnovers.
were trending down.
Yeah. Before we get to the trending down, I just want to hit some comments here.
Yeah, comment us
I think
up.
we got one more stock up.
So everyone loves Overshown. Not one person saying something bad. Overshown is him, says Ultra Cowboy. Ivan Sosa says Overshown should have been a second-round pick.
I agree.
He ain't wrong.
We got him anyways. So
We got him. Fucking right.
Yeah. Bocce says Overshown has been a beast at training camp. I went 4 days to watch, and the dude was putting together a highlight reel. Talking through Overshown, Ultra Cowboy says, this is Curse last year. I believe Overshown is a replacement next year. I just ordered my Overshown jersey.
Oh,
is what Ultra's saying.
He went 35?
I think he's
Qatar Air here.
I know. And then, oh, sorry. Where were you going to say?
Oh, it's just relevant. If you scroll down, the next post here by Qatar Air says, cautioning Ultra Cowboy to wait. Because
he's going to zero. That's what I'd be wearing. I want an Overshown jersey, but I'm waiting for that crispy zero.
So you could get an Overshown. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you could have the 35 and the zero.
That's true.
Well, 35 was your
rookie.
35 was Ant's number in football, so it would be very serendipitous. But on the Curse comment, Curse just already got another $4 million guarantee.
I saw
today,
that.
So
yeah, I saw that. They guaranteed it no matter what. The Cowboys.
I mean, I don't want
I love
J-Ron Curse to go anywhere. I think, again, let's trying to keep this Cowboys
Imagine
defense.
both of them on together. Imagine J-Ron and Kearse on together.
But the reason, I mean, the replacement idea, of course, I don't
Makes
like
sense.
it. I don't like it because I like Curse and I'd like to see him on. But of course, yeah, that makes sense, especially if they are going to keep redefining how that defense looks out. And maybe it's like turns to a primarily two linebacker kind of defensive scheme.
Just scooping around everywhere. I'm game for it, to be honest.
Kahuna says, excited to see Overshown and LV in the regular season together.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
Oh,
Hey,
well,
I'm excited too.
this one fucked up.
What fucked up?
Well, I was usually I cut the background out, but it didn't cut out. So.
Oh, I see. I wouldn't even notice that.
Here's the thing. I think it did cut out, but actually, I'm gonna fix it real quick.
Okay, he's doing a little scoot and magoot.
He's doing a little root scoot and boogie.
Did we see who did it show everyone there, the fourth one? Because I'll start talking about him if it jumped
Tolbert?
out.
This is it, Tolbert.
Tolbert? Yeah.
Oh, so they can see it on the screen
well,
now?
No. I took it off the screen,
Okay,
but
so
you can talk about
stock up. The next guy we're going to talk about, who's been, and we're guilty of it, all of us, fucking basically slamming this guy down, saying how bad of a bust this dude was. Jalen Tolbert. We were all talking about how shitty he had been and how shitty of a draft pick he was. But the dudes came to play this season, guys. This Jalen
he's had some
Tolbert,
nice catches in preseason.
he's looking like the guy we hoped he was.
So 2 targets, 2 receptions, 29 yards, 14.5 average, and a 17 long. Now, we are also not just basing our this is every time we do a stock up, stock down, it's taking in everything we've seen. So
Not just the Jags game.
not just the Jags game, because 2 receptions, like, okay, that's great. Other guys have had more receptions, better stats. We're also looking at what he's been doing, not only in the training camp when we visited, but also what we saw on social media. He's been lighting it up, having some great catches, looking and talking like a different player. I wonder how much of it goes into just player confidence, and was he lacking that last year? And now it does seem like he's just I mean,
A man possessed.
yeah, he certainly is making catches that make him stand out more than us kind of laughing at it almost, laughing it off.
Not always. It's not just about him. It could be a lot of other variables. It could be the offensive coordinator. It could be the wide receiver coach. There's a lot of other people, how Dak's playing. So someone obviously saw potential in Tolbert on the team, and getting him to really put more effort into practices or working him into it a little bit better. I think off field, he was training with Dak off season. So there's a lot of variables that
He came from a small school. He came from a very small school, didn't play in the big college programs. So there's going to be a shelf life. I think the issue with the reason everyone got so up in arms about his production last year is because...
Where he drafted?
Well, he was drafted in the 3rd, but a lot of, me included, I was like, he might be our best rookie. Because I knew our wide receiver group last year wasn't very good. I was like, oh, he's got all the options. He's got all the measurements. He should be able to step in and no problem. And I think he ended up having 2 catches last year. So he had a lot of pressure on him as a rookie. How does he mend off that? How does he improve? And so far, it looks like he's improved quite a bit.
Ultra says Robert Prince wanted him. Brandon Cooks is responsible for his development. So that you put that variable in there, and all of a sudden you see someone who's really showing up.
Well, you have a guy coaching him up, and then another Brandon Cooks out there to take a little bit of pressure off him. Maybe he ends up being Brandon Cooks' replacement.
Eventually, and
that's fucking best case scenario.
Yeah, and so we say that Tolbert looks like who we drafted in 2022.
Yep.
Maybe just a year late, but who cares? Come to show up to play this season. All is forgiven. Nice touchdown against the Jags. So that's something I missed in his stats.
I know. I saw that you had it down there. I was like, I wasn't going to add the touchdown in there because you still had it.
Yeah. This is hit and miss. There's no QA on this document.
Hey, you slammed it together nicely. It looks great. And it's
slanged it and banged it, baby.
It looks good, and it's doing what we need it to.
And like we just talked about, he's showing up during camp and practice. The only knock is that it is a fairly deep wide receiver group. So my belief is that he needs to go out there and kind of three-peat his performance. And in fact, when I say three-peat, that's including the touchdown, I think he needs to do a little better than he did in this game. Mind you, he might have not just been on the field for those opportunities. So
he's going to get more chances on Saturday.
Yeah.
What I want to go back to 2021 where our receiving core was Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb. Who was our 4th? Guy we loved.
Oh, Brown.
Seti.
No, Seti.
Wait, who did you say?
In 2021.
Oh.
Our first season. Yeah,
Seti Danny.
Yeah.
He was, just do that.
Yeah.
Just replicate that. Even if you're...
But don't then fuck off to a team who doesn't throw the ball to you.
Well, we're going to have him... we got him under contract for another 2 years, right? After this year, Seti was in his last year. So I just need to see that. I need to see when it's your time to get the ball, you're making plays. Every time Cedric Wilson got the ball, it was like he was making a big 3rd down catch, or he was making having a big touchdown play, right? That's what I need to see from Tolby as the wide receiver 4.
I think there's something wrong, though. Hang on a second. I got to troubleshoot something because Ultra says, enjoy the season. No Dak hate to the postseason. It's going to be fun. Like, that doesn't seem like Ultra Cowboy. So I think something's wrong. I think something's wrong.
I was about to start troubleshooting from here. I was going to say unplug, figure it out. It's okay. I'll keep talking.
Like, what do we need to do? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
That's why he's an actor. That's why that guy's a fucking actor over there.
He's a fucking actor. GR7 Network says hopefully we see a little more from Jalen Brooks next game.
Hey. I would like to see some JB
Talking about the wide receiver. And then we also have this year, what I've seen so far is better than all Eagles last year, says Qatar Air. And then Chris Ruiz says the fight for wide receiver 4 will make some of these kids really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'm worried that we're going to lose a good one to another team.
Well,
We're going to lose a guy somewhere.
happen,
Going to happen. Someone's
good.
going somewhere else.
It's good trade value for the Cowboys to have a deep wide receiver list. I think the one thing I'm concerned about is that obviously when you get into a game, we saw it with CeeDee Lamb. Sometimes you need to get him the ball quick, get him to feel the ball, get him to touch the ball, get him to get hit, so that his touch that ball.
Touch it.
So his protection. So when you have let's say 4 solid weapons, can we get them all in rhythm in a good ample amount of time?
Listen here, kid. Have you never heard of the Texas toast? Mike, no, it's Texas Coast. You never heard of Texas Coast?
Texas toast with a side of mac and cheese.
Man.
No, you're right though. That's one of the problems when you have all these playmakers. But if everyone's bought in and they're working towards a Super Bowl, there's enough to go around. There's teams that sometimes have 3 wide receivers with 1,000 yards. Split that across 4 guys, then there's enough for everyone to eat and everyone enough to get their next contracts.
Ultra says you got to give credit to Will and Mike and Big Mike with this roster so far this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking A.
Okay, AJ, who do we got? Oh, hang on. We got
Come if you got him. I think actually
this stock up was sponsored by your Crack'ems if you got them.
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
Crack 'em if you got 'em, baby. That Crack'em got a little too excited.
One crack 'em a day keeps the problems away.
One Crack'em a day makes a problem coming your way.
Do you mean crack cocaine?
No.
Okay, so we are gonna go from the stock ups to the stock downs. And before we dive into these, you can dive in.
I gotta fix this one too for some reason.
Okay, so while AJ's fondling his ball sack over there, what I'll say about these stock down, they didn't necessarily play bad. We just had to pick guys, and for 2 of them, the reason was the same.
Sorry, Ultra saying good night. Eastside's mom is waiting for me, so he's taking off. Eastside,
peace.
Eastside Harold's still in here,
give
like a little
Eastside,
like a little fucking troll.
Troll, feed the troll, feed the troll,
like a little fucking troll.
Feed the troll.
Like a little fucking troll.
Eastside Harold.
Eastside.
That's filthy. Guaranteed, it's filthy with a different name.
Oh yeah.
I bet you
Probably.
fucking is. Okay, so we're gonna when we hop into the stock down, like I said. They didn't play bad. They had bad plays. That's all I can say.
Stock down simply means that they, and this is based on our point of view too. We had them higher and they did not meet our expectations, and maybe they even did, but someone else impressed us more, and so that's why they are being placed on that position. But it's not like if you made it on this list, you were the worst player.
Oh, you're trash. You're garbage.
No, it's not. It's
Trash caught.
Hang on.
It's just meaning that they could have been the first ranked Cowboy on the team, and now they're the second ranked. Well, that's stock down.
Garbage, yeah.
So it's kind of, we're just playing it as it lies. And the first one stock down, Rico Suave Dowdle.
Oops, hang on,
Ad's
sorry.
like fumbling his. I said AJ's fumbling his balls over there.
I'm fumbling.
Hey, just give us 3 sound bites. Just go.
Okay.
But you are nothing but
I get one.
garbage, yeah. You are nothing but garbage.
That's the stock down.
That didn't quite work. That didn't quite work.
Nope. I'm just gonna do the second part of that sound bite. Nope. No.
Hunter says, when y'all gonna post on Spotify? So tomorrow morning the app will be on Spotify.
Oh yeah, make sure you download it.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate you, Hunter.
Probably-
Thanks for shouting out that for our audio listeners out there.
Hunter,
do.
it should be up around 9 a.m. PST.
Pacific Standard Time for
So
guys
that's
like
12
Eastside,
EST.
for guys like Eastside Harold who are fucking stupid.
Yeah, ready
so.
for lunch or the ride home.
Yeah, right home. I'll be tuning in.
Stock down, Rico Dowdle.
Rico, not so suave.
Not so suave, had a fumble. Week 1 stats, 6 carries, 21 yards, 3.5 average. Even without the fumble is just not impressive enough. And a 7 long. So one positive at least is that he didn't really have a 21 or a 15-yard run and then just get peanuts for the rest of the runs. Everything was kind of just sub-average.
The issue with his fumble, and we're talking about, he's not even on the list. He might actually be on a stock up guy, possibly. The reason the fumble was such a big deal is, one, giving up the ball is such a bad thing to do at any time. We've had fumble issues with Zeke a couple years ago. It's just such a crippling thing that you can't have. It's where he fumbled the ball. He was on the half-yard line, right? I get it, it's preseason, but you have to secure the ball no matter. You got to program it. If you ever watch the movie The Program, the dude sitting in college class and he's holding the ball and the guy punches out, calls a fumble, and they all chase the ball down. No matter where you are, you have to secure the rock. And I was excited. I thought he was scoring a touchdown on that play, and he just dropped it and a turnover on the half-yard line.
bad hands just runs in the family.
If you also add on, so let's just take that for a second. Let's step back out of reality and go to a meta universe, kind of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it's the Cowboys Fan universe. And in this world, we do what the fuck we want. And so take that one fumble and switch it to one touchdown. Pretend he gets the touchdown, okay?
Okay.
Even add on a yard, because I think it was like a yard away. So he's 22 yards, still the same average. And now also he did get 3 targets, 3 receptions, 33 yards, 11 average, which is beautiful, but a 21-yard long.
It's looking like a good game.
If we saw that, you couple that with Deuce Vaughn's performance and TP20, and we're looking at, okay, we got something really, really exciting here. And that's not even including Davis, who had a pretty piss-poor game in terms of rushing.
Yeah, that's what Katar's saying. Even with this fumble, he played better than Malik Davis.
He did. He did look better than Davis.
Davis had a pretty good catching game. Regardless, those 4 players, if that's who it is, adding that touchdown on instead of the fumble also
makes the stat line for running backs look
very
way
nice.
different.
Yeah.
Way different.
Yeah. And that fumble was a mental thing. He got close to the end zone and he let it go instead of like you fight till you hear the fucking whistle. Right?
See that? That's me reaching out to try to score a touchdown.
I thought you were showing off your new tattoo.
That's me trying to score a touchdown and reaching out.
So to play devil's advocate, Nick Yak says, dude was making a move full speed and got hit from behind. Give him a break.
No, we are, and this is what we said. Like the stock down's not us. We had to pick someone stock down. He fumbled on the half-yard line. That's stock down. Like you don't fumble and you score a touchdown. That's a different story. He still did fumble.
Look, running backs there have been running backs. Zeke Elliott had this issue.
Had fumbleitis.
And there are ways to that when football players run with the ball to hold on to it that really, really limits it. And there's no excuse for a fumble if you're holding the ball correctly. I know I've not played, so take that for what it is, but there really is no
excuse. Not on the fucking half-yard line.
Aside from a guy like Hankins and he grabs it and just rips it out of your arm, and there's like nothing you can do. But like a swing or a punch, like there's no way a ball should come out if you have that football gripped correct.
Still big Dowdle fans. This isn't. We're not slagging him, but we had to pick. We had to pick.
And so first of all, the reason he is stock down is the fumble, and he was outshined by Deuce.
Yeah,
Deuce has a bad game. Probably not a stock down.
Deuce has a bad game. AJ's fucking cutting him.
AJ's like stock down.
Deuce would be stock down, absolutely. But I don't know that Rico would be stock up.
No, I don't think. I don't think with even the touchdown he would have been stock up.
No,
to be honest.
But
he just wouldn't have been mentioned.
Before the fumble, it was a good catch and run. It was beautiful.
But you got to tuck that. You got to tuck it.
Tucking and rucking.
Like what he's doing right here. Look, he's got the fucking finger on that nipple.
High and tight.
Football, just playing with it. And
grab it like it's a goddamn dragon egg.
Laces out.
Laces out.
Okay.
He's holding it for Ray Finkel there.
Who do you guys think is next?
Well, I want to know because this is going to play into, for my kind of segue into it, if it's another guy that had the turnover, or is it not a guy that had a turnover?
There's a guy. It's.
Hang on, AJ.
Let me just call him the Muff Master.
Okay, so Muffin McStufferson. So, and again, let me preface this by saying we don't hate this guy, but he fumbled when he shouldn't have, and it's an important part of the game, especially if this is your job. You're only going to touch the ball maybe 3 to 5 times a game. To fumble one and give up a possession
Ooh, there it is.
Fumble from his son.
Cavante Turpin, wide receiver / special teams, I should say.
Big Turpin fans, by the way.
Big Turpin fan.
Huge.
Big turpentine.
And not
Turpin
making,
time, baby.
Not making too much of this mishap.
No,
let's
and this is back to us saying we had to pick guys that people know. We're not going to pick Joe Schlub that's not going to make the team, who missed 4 tackles and look like shit, right? We're going to pick guys that have a chance to make the team or are on the team.
But if you get a chance to get Joe Schlub in a waiver, you take Joe Schlub.
It just reminds me of the Vince Vaughn line from Old School when he's like, yeah, and he answers the guy who has a question. I have a question. Yeah, it's the guy who's probably not going to make it.
Yeah, the guy who's probably not going to make it on here.
Now, all that being said, obviously we're not really looking terribly too much at his receiving stats, but he did have 2 targets. He had 1 reception, 15 yards. Of course, averages and long is the same, and he had only 1 return for 8 yards, and that Muff Master fumble. And you know what, Turpin? You want to lose the moniker Muff Master? You just can't muff that punt.
How about this, though? Last year, Turpin in 1 game returns a kickoff for a touchdown, returns a punt for a touchdown, right? We're all expecting, like, oh, it's Devin Hester. He's scoring 8 touchdowns on returns this year. Maybe this year he muffs, and then he goes in, like, you're like, oh, fuck, the guy can't even catch a ball. Maybe he goes in this year and just
he becomes wide receiver 3.
No, well, even that, but I mean, just returns a kick for a touchdown in the regular season. If Turpin returns 1 kick or 1 punt for a touchdown, success.
Oh, yeah. But on that same note, there's only one reason that he's on the Cowboys at this point, right? He's not going to beat anyone out purely on his wide receiver skills. It's his return skills. So anyone else steps up and starts to show a little bit of promise, and he has another Muff Master moment, a Muff Master moment too.
And that's why he's trending down.
Yeah.
I don't think,
to be honest, I think Turpin's cut proof at this point.
Yeah, he is.
Pre-start of the season, but that doesn't mean that he can have an extremely diminished role and then even be a trade bait guy.
Yeah.
They might bait him with a trade. They might bait him off with a trade.
Bait him off with a trade.
Ruben Cano says Turpin will bounce back this Sunday.
I hope so.
And then
he's got time to redeem himself.
We'll be there. I would love to see a Turpin time fucking live at Lumen Field in the Pacific Northwest at sunset. He gets a punt, catches it, and breaks one. I don't give a fuck I don't care if it's preseason.
Oh, we'll be fucking
We'll be jacked up, son.
We'll be jocked. And I want to call him Grade 7 Network because it's
GR7.
Yeah, but Grade 7 Network. Turpin was having a great training camp. I think he got too excited, but I agree for now, stock down.
He has had a great camp. He honestly has. He has. And we're huge Turpin fans.
Hey, and
Turpin time, baby.
Sometimes this is kind of a motivating factor. I don't know if you agree with it or not, but if Turpin sees this, I want him to see, okay, my stock's down. Cam Fenn thinks my stock's down. It's
go time, baby.
Yeah, I got to pull my socks up. It's motivation tactic. So love the dude, but we got to be honest.
Bot G says, in the end, we can't control who makes a team and who gets cut, but you know what you can control? Hit that like button, baby.
Yes. Hit it till you quit it. Or, well, don't quit it. Hit it till you hit it again.
So we got our final stock down, and then there's a double section of players to watch who are trending up and players who watch are trending down. And, I guess we could have done a pick on any one of these players, but these are just guys that I think the community has been talking about the Cowboys Nation. So anyways, who is our last stock down? Who do you think? Are we going to guess
Eric
or do you
Scott.
want me to go to it? Bingo.
Eric Scott, CB, 6th round draft pick. Who, guys, again, he's probably not seen the field. He's going to make the team. He just, as good as he's been in training camp, he was almost equally as bad against the Jags. He looked like a 6th round pick against the Jags, where everywhere up till that he had looked very good.
Well, he certainly returned to earth on Saturday.
That's a funny line.
What?
That's a funny line that you wrote, that returned to earth on Saturday.
Oh.
He Apollo 13 himself?
Because he was so high. Everyone's been so high on him. So
yeah, Apollo 13 himself.
Look, this is not necessarily fair to Eric Scott himself. Like, he might have not been thinking as highly as everyone has been touting him. So, this but this is just our thoughts.
Yep.
I mean, I'd rather have
And
him
fuck you if you judge us.
Yeah, I'd rather have him have a stock down game in preseason. That's for sure.
Hey, man, he's a 6th-round pick. The last 6th-round cornerback that I can think of was Anthony Brown. And the way this guy's played in his rookie season in training camp, he's going to have these lumps. He's going to have these learning experiences. I get them out. Get them out in training camp. Get them out in preseason, right? Think about it. We took Calvin Joseph in the 2nd round a couple years ago. This guy already is better than Calvin Joseph.
Who? Bassman Fat?
Yeah, sorry, Boss Man Fat.
So he was outshined by Thomas, specifically with that early interception, and then I think Thomas also showed up for a couple plays. I'm not saying that he outplayed him extremely, but he definitely made his mark more so. And then, Anth, you had a point that he was exposed in coverage. Was there any like specific moment?
Just a couple plays, just easy routes to cover. He was just burned on that he'd been locking up earlier in training camp, and it's expected, right?
Yeah,
we expect this, but we have to pick someone stock down, and I want to pick someone who's relevant and a guy that's had actually a very good camp. So I'm actually excited to see 37 play on Saturday.
We expect him to bounce back. That was his first NFL speed game. Sometimes I always find for myself, and like not, of course, never to equate myself to an NFL player, but it's still a way that people learn, is like I kind of need to do something for one time, and I might fail miserably, but the next time I do it, I'll be much, much more improved because I needed that. I needed to just see it happen in real time and like get the vibe of it. So, you know, if I'm playing Pokemon, if I'm out there playing Final Fantasy IX again for the 17th time,
Ooh.
you know,
It's your comfort game.
Well, hey, I got a bold prediction for you guys.
Yep.
Eric Scott Jr., number 37, pick 6, while we're in attendance in Lumen Field.
Ooh,
Boosh.com,
I like that. And that would
son.
be a big bounce back, and that would put you into stock up.
That would also give you an instant reaction video that we'll post.
Can a guy go stock up to stock down or stock up to stock down? Did I say that?
Yeah, so
Stock
you
down to
can
stock up?
a pick six.
It has to be a big play.
A pick six would take you into a stock up.
Stock up would be, and if he just improves on our thoughts of him.
No,
right
but I
now.
mean,
Like
if he goes stock down and he just has a decent game, would you call that a stock up?
Well, you just don't talk
no,
about
no,
him again.
because he didn't do anything that
Yeah,
made
but
me say.
a pick six.
Oh,
would you, yeah.
A
absolutely,
pick 6, he's
100%.
back on that rocket ship leaving Earth, baby.
He's back on that team, baby.
Here's the thing, though. A player could also do a sack, and we give him a stock up, and then he gets two sacks, and we give him stock up again.
Oh, yeah,
You
stock
can
up. Yeah, you can double stock up.
because it's just about trends.
I like it when you stock dirty to me there, you little fucking villain, you.
You little minion,
cartoon
you
video.
little minion villain.
Get me the children. Okay. So here's players to watch that are moving up. You
Okay.
guys tell me what you think of this list. Moving up, we got Marquise Bell, safety, Tyler Coyle, safety, Israel Mukuamu, safety, Damone Clark,
Who also could have probably been a stock up guy. He had a very good game.
Yes, yeah. No, he is. This is. Oh, you mean
No, I'm just saying.
these
like
guys are cusping?
Yes, cusping.
They're cusping.
They're
Ma-
yeah, they're cusping.
Malik Jefferson, linebacker, Devin Harper, linebacker, and then of course,
JSJ.
I think the guy who cusped the most, John Stevens Jr.
I think he needs to go by JSJ.
JSJ. Yeah.
Which is an interesting because Hunter in chat says stock down on John Stevens Jr. I thought he gets 200 plus yards receiving. What a letdown.
Well, that's a troll.
I know.
It's got to be
Who
a
said
fucking-
that?
Well, Hunter, he was asking about the Spotify thing. So he's probably, I don't know if he's being sarcastic or if he has just high expectations for his preseason boys. I don't know.
Hey, maybe he's got a pet kitty. He's
Yeah.
got a pet cat in the race.
Just like I just wished Hunter Lepke is going to make the team. That was
Lepke did have a nice run. He did have a good run.
Guess what? Not on a stock up, not on a stock down, not on a players to watch. It means he doesn't exist.
That's true.
It's like that line: if you don't have a handle, you don't exist on the internet.
True.
Hackers. 1994.
Really?
Yep.
They were way ahead of their time.
They
All
were.
right, acid
that's an
burn.
awesome
All
movie,
right,
dude.
acid burn.
Crash and
I might watch, I might watch that tonight and do some hacking.
What are the two names? It's acid burn and
It's Crash Override.
crash override and acid burn.
Yeah, but his his original name was Crash Override, or sorry, now I'm mixed up. Zero Cool and Crash Override were his two names.
But what's
And then when they find out Acid Burn,
Yeah.
and Acid Burn and
well, you've ruined it now.
fucking ruined it.
You've ruined it now. So John Stevens Jr. out of this list, Damone Clark. I'm going to say guys that Marquise Bell was another guy last year. I like that it's a lot of the defensive guys again.
Dude, it's so I would say Bell, Mukuamu, Clark, and Harper. Not necessarily as much Harper, but definitely Harper's a return player. But those other three are Clark, Mukuamu, and Bell. Those guys have all kind of impressed us last year. We liked them. But, of course, safety and linebacker. I mean, linebacker maybe not so much, and Clark definitely tried to get in there. He was coming back from a broken-ass fucking neck. But safety is such a well-populated
This whole
position.
defense just looks so stacked.
Oh, but even the fact that we got to see those guys kind of stand out amongst who is already leading the pack, that was great to see. And Tyler Coyle is the dude who laid out
Stevens, I thought he laid out Stevens.
yeah, laid him out.
Laid out the schmacky.
I like him because he's coming to play football, and he, he's looking for a spot on this team. And as you can see by safety, it's a pretty tough position to fucking
You're trying to
break
make any type of impact anywhere in life, you need to make some noise, and he made some noise. Literally and figuratively.
Katar Air says, I watched the All-22. Joseph had a good game Saturday.
Joseph played all right.
And Nick Yak says, Joseph is a second-round pick. He gets the tiebreaker. You have to beat Joseph, is what he's saying
Oh, yeah.
earlier on.
100%.
Joseph?
Calvin Joseph, boss man.
Oh, yes.
No, yeah, he did. I mean, minus the fact that he was moved from cornerback to, I mean, you don't draft a nickel cornerback in the second round, but I mean, you try to figure out where a guy can fit, right? Like they drafted him in the second round to be a cornerback.
Well,
you don't draft someone in the second round to play nickel. You just don't. But you have to now. You're already paying him, so figure out where he works out. And he has been all right, but I still think Deron Bland's better than him.
Yeah. Yep.
And I do think that Eric Scott plays a different position than him. So we'll see.
So players to watch moving down.
Oh, look at number one. Look at number one on the players moving down.
So I have him as RB, but
I can't believe you would fucking put him as number one.
Well, here's the reason. The same reason as Malik Davis, who's number 2 on this list. And it's not in order. It's not in order. It's that running backs.
Who makes these lists?
If these two guys don't come and play football in the next 2 preseason games, and the trends of those other running back, there's no room for them on the team.
AJ spitting facts, Adam.
So I hope as well that the competition continues to be stronger. But Luepke did not have a game, and he had a couple chances, and sure, it doesn't matter. But if you don't make a play on your first 2 carries and someone else does, why are they going to go back to you when they have 5 guys they have to try to figure out?
It's like that. It's like that pop song. Move on next. Move on
Okay,
next.
at least Bocce Eric agrees with me. He goes, "What the fuck, Scooney? Alert!
Hang on,
no
we're
way,
getting
no
there,
way,
guys.
no way. This
Don't,
list
guys,
is
don't.
sus.
Hey, don't.
This list
Why
is sus.
Why don't you jump way ahead?
I'm just hey.
Okay, well,
I'm
let's
a man,
talk Scooney then.
I'm a man of the people.
Time out. Don't guise us. Adam and Bot G us. That's it. I didn't say shit. I was waiting for you to go through the list nicely.
You're right. And
Look, we put it up in everybody's face.
No.
This is a very heated subject.
I know. Okay. Well, let's talk about him right now.
Let's bring us all back down to earth.
Crack him if you got him.
Oh, and we got him, baby.
And for our listeners, you're just going to have to show up to the visual podcast show to know what we're talking about.
On youtube.com/Cowboys Can Fan.
So, Scooney as a sailboat is on this list solely because the tight end position group is very heavy.
It's
heated.
It's
another. There's a lot of luxuries there. He's obviously not going to be cut, but you don't want your second round dropping to, dare I say, 3rd on the depth chart or coming in to just purely play blocking roles, which albeit might be helpful.
He's got to beat out Hendershot. Hendershot's an undrafted free agent from last year.
Yeah.
You don't pick a second round guy on any position. So you think of any position in the NFL, you don't pick a guy, or you don't have a guy that might be a presumed starter that was an undrafted free agent, and then the following year you draft in the second round and expect the undrafted free agent to start ahead of that guy. There's just no fucking way. Or play ahead of that guy.
And it's also based on Ferguson just outshowing Scooney.
And he played good. But I mean, like Hendershot, though. Like Hendershot.
Oh, yeah.
Like Ferguson, great. Awesome. He's a fourth round pick. Awesome. Let's have him as number one.
Man, this list is causing such a stir.
Okay, let's get it
right now.
Let's get it. Let's hear it.
Okay. Hang on.
It's just like I can't
contain. Can
I
you
can't
just
contain.
like let us get to the player and then bring it up?
Contain.
So next is Jalen Brooks, wide receiver.
No one agrees. I'm just kidding. No one said anything about Jalen Brooks.
Yeah, and again, it's just a lot of people there who can be starters, obviously we're looking for a fourth and fifth, maybe a sixth. I mean, and fourth might be decided already. So there's just not a lot of spots. And Brooks, when he gets out there, he needs to catch every single ball that's thrown at him.
He's fighting for that sixth spot.
Yeah. Next up, Nashawn Wright, cornerback. Again,
he's been getting burned everywhere.
Been getting burned. I've never really loved him on cornerback. I know that he's a big guy, but I've seen way more times where I've thrown my hands up in the air and been like, what the fuck are you doing? Then I've been like, wow, that's awesome. So I'm not upset if he's not on the Cowboys. And that gives us a spot. Yeah, I mean, I don't see him providing a great benefit over a lot of any cornerback on our team.
So cornerbacks, you'll probably take 6, right?
Yeah.
Close to 6.
So we got...
So let's name our 6 cornerbacks.
Diggs. Go for it.
Gilmore.
Is that including
Yeah.
Nickel?
Yeah, Nickel also.
Bland?
Yeah. Bland, right? Eric Scott, I think, is going to be on the team.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So this is okay. Before we go to nickel, just to make it easier for us to kind of decipher. So with Diggs and Gilmore, those are true. They're true corners, right?
Yeah.
Those backups, their backups are different than the nickel corner, right? So their backups are going to be, one's going to be Eric Scott Jr. is my guess, and the other one's going to be Nashawn Wright.
Okay.
That's my guess. And then you get on the inside, you have a battle between Bossman Fat and Jordan Lewis to see who's going to back up at nickel. And then you have to, because who's ahead of Nashawn Wright right now to play on the outside? Because when you think Deron Bland, Deron Bland's better. Yeah, Deron Bland's amazing, but he's an amazing nickel guy. They're going to keep him at nickel. They'll try to roll someone else out at right corner or left corner before they move Deron Bland there.
Yeah, and again, this is not a cut list.
No, this isn't a cut. No, but I'm just saying, if Nashawn Wright's gone,
he's fourth, and I guess he's always been.
He's fourth, and he might be behind Eric Scott Jr. Right?
Yeah.
And the chances of, God for fucking bid, Diggs and Gilmore are out, you might never even really see Nashawn Wright play.
Bad thing is we have Eric Scott Jr. on the stock down, and Nashawn Wright here. And maybe you guys don't agree. If I'm wrong, I'd love to hear what Chad has to say.
Chat's saying that they think Nashawn Wright's going to be on IR because he's in a walking boot.
Oh yeah, he got hurt. That's right.
He's not even playing this weekend,
which is terrible. That's terrible news for us, honestly.
Tiana Ellis has a hate on for Josh Ball. They can leave Josh Ball at Oxnard. No need to board the plane back to Dallas.
Which we should have.
Katar Air says Josh Ball should be first on this list.
No, they're right. We should have some offensive linemen on this.
True.
We should. 100%.
And you know what?
They've been so bad that we just haven't even really like.
I will say this. I entirely overlooked that because I was more hyper-focused.
Stats. You're looking at stats. It's hard to, without actually going back and looking at every single fucking play of the line. Our offensive line, our backup offensive line, and this is why I was so worried about if someone goes down, our backups to our starters for offensive line are dog shit.
Yeah, and honestly, it is also harder for me to like make that judgment, even though I mean, like, I trust the consensus and see the PFF grade. Okay.
Yeah, but you want to go flashy. I like going flat. I'd rather talk about a wide receiver, a running back than a fucking Josh Ball, 6'8" fucking
duly
mongoloid.
Well, we
who
don't
looks like there's there's plays of him trying to block, and it looks like us in a 6'8" man's body, just like, who am I blocking? Who am I blocking? This guy's been playing football his whole life.
But without Josh
Duly
Ball,
noted.
who like you got to get somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The offensive line is, the chat's right about that. Offensive line the backup offensive line is not in good shape.
Tiana Ellis says Josh Ball should have been cut after the Texan game last year.
But he ain't.
And,
He's there.
He's still slanging and banging.
Final player on this list is Brandon Aubrey. Kicker.
He missed a point after, right?
Missed the point after.
I was so wasted by that point of the game. I don't even really remember.
I don't remember. I had to look at the stats after.
I know. I saw it. I was like, he missed. I'm guaranteed there's a reaction of us doing it. It must have been in the fourth quarter because I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Was I pissing? I don't know. Maybe they scored a touchdown.
It could have been.
And we were playing swords in the backyard or something.
GR7 says Aubrey missing that XP made my heart stop beating for 30 seconds.
See, I have to look back to see if AJ and I actually watched that because I don't remember seeing it.
But regardless if we remember or not, it's still
It happened.
Still a bad moment, and it's something that, really hurts the Cowboys Nation to have to fucking.
It's a soft spot.
Yeah,
it's definitely a soft spot. That it seems like they've had these issues for the last fucking 4 years, and to see a guy do that in preseason doesn't make you feel too confident.
So what I wanted to do, anyways, that was a fun segment. We're gonna return to that definitely next Wednesday.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure we're gonna have stock up, stock down. That we're going to want to touch on. But I want to ask you guys. We're going to the game.
Guys.
Yous guys.
Well, I'm going to ask you because I'm going to pull up whatever it is.
You have another sheet?
No. This is going to, we used to do this, or we do this where we go to ESPN or whatever the fuck it is and just look at the. Fuck, I got that Bessie hiccups right now.
There it is. He's too much talking
that's
and drinking.
Just this one.
It's all getting old, son.
No, I'm going to
turning 39 this up next Friday.
I know.
You old bastard.
Feels good. But I'm gonna go check out the game. The game stats against the Seahawks. We're gonna make some predictions or just talk about the game real quick.
Oh yeah, we haven't done bold predictions.
No, we haven't done bold predictions.
As he's bringing that up, Double R says this season has been 28 years in the making for the Cowboys to make it to the Super Bowl again. Best chance for the 6th ring in this season in a while.
I hate to hear him say that because I feel the exact same, and it makes me scared to feel that way. It makes me scared to think that this is since I've been watching in the last 20 years. I wasn't watching Die Hard when they were winning Super Bowls, but since I've been a Cowboys fan, this does feel like one of our best shots to make it.
Nick Yak says, I agree. I really thought we had a chance last year, and this team is definitely better.
This team's better. Did anyone think that, though, last year? Like, really? We thought we were good, but it was like...
Of course I did. Of course I did.
Yeah, optimistic.
Yeah, of course. I'm optimistic. I'm an optimist.
Little bitch.
Instead of ultra cowboy, I'm optimistic cowboy.
You're...
Why would I not think that? Of course I want my team to go to the Super Bowl.
I wish we won every year, but to actually feel like, yes... They could be. They're good enough to win the Super Bowl. Last year, I thought there was going into the season with CeeDee Lamb as your best wide receiver with no one else. That right there, I was like, well, this is a big fucking red flag.
Last year's team, they had the ability to make it to the divisional.
Yeah, and they did. And then they upgraded on spots that they should have upgraded last year, and now I feel like they have a legit shot. They should, and with how shitty the NFC is this year. With the only other really good quarterbacks in the NFC, I'm only going to say Matthew Stafford and Jalen Hurts. Sure, Daniel Jones might be able to do something, but just how the lack of good quality quarterbacks compared to the AFC, this is the Cowboys' best shot of making it to Super Bowl in a long time.
Katar says, the only thing I'm worried about, what happens when Tyron goes down by week 4.
Yeah, and that's I agree. Yeah.
Okay, AJ, what do you got for us, son?
Well, what I just want to tag on what you guys are saying, and
yeah,
I think one of the things, basically, you got to look at. Obviously, defense is not a problem. Even if the defense took a step or two back, it's still not a problem.
Defense.
Right? It's not ideal, because it is nice to be riding as your defense being the dominant side of the ball. That's awesome, but the biggest things last year were we had a running back. The wheels fell off at the end of the season. TP fucking broke his leg, and Zeke got injured. Whatever it was, halfway through, 3/4 away the season, couldn't really be the same guy, and there was no game. Plus, on the offensive side of the ball, we had CeeDee Lamb and then just a handful of fucking C+ players.
Crickets.
Yeah. So,
Cricket pluses.
and no offense to them, we appreciate everything that they did, Brown included.
No, I don't. They could have stepped up a little bit more.
Well, yeah, but that long point being made is that I think we corrected the wide receivers, and segueing into what we're about to look at, if Deuce Vaughn is this guy who's going to produce these numbers and is going to have that low center of gravity, kind of like a little billy goat, rushing through, like or Mr.
Or a
Mr.
hedgehog?
What's his name, Mr. Titimus from Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe.
Oh, I mean, I'm not a big Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe
Anyways,
fan, so I don't know the.
But a little,
I don't know this
you know, the
fucking reference.
goat legs. He's got strong
Like a
little legs,
centaur?
so his size won't matter, and he's just going to be able to fucking pop through. I mean, I can see that happening and being real.
You're talking about James McAvoy's character?
No, who's that?
He's the goat boy.
Oh yeah, the fucking goat boy.
Okay.
But
You knew who he was talking about. I'm clueless.
Yeah,
to
I
it.
knew he was talking about the goat boy
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck the James McAvoy played.
I think it's Mr. T or something like that. But yes, we're gonna find that out Saturday. And if
Am I bringing this? Am I bringing?
Sorry.
Here, I'll tell you his
Mr.
name.
What?
I thought you called him Mr. T-Boy or something.
No, it's Mr. Titimus or something like that.
I try. You know, you're a
trust
Lion,
you.
the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Laura.
I trust you. Goat boy. I call him goat boy. You know who else is known as goat boy? Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's goat boy. Tom. He just says his name like a goat. Tom.
Tom. I'm Tom.
It just-
TB12.
And he just eats wheat.
Oh no, I thought that was.
Okay. But yeah, if Deuce comes out there and shows that, yeah, no, I'm legit, I'm real. I mean, I'm pretty damn excited.
Mr. Tumnus.
Tumnus. There it is.
Mr. Tumnus.
Not Titimus.
Mr. Titimus.
Close. So yeah, then we can check off our running back position as well.
Check it.
I mean, those two factors is what I think put the Cowboys over the edge for like me being extremely.
We were worried about running
year.
backs.
This is the year. Yeah.
We were worried about running backs. And AJ and I, especially, we were worried about running backs. Ad just kind of drifts through.
I like my RB selection.
Hey,
The
look
thinks Lepke's going to start and replace Zeke.
look over here,
I
guys.
did not say that.
Yeah, I got receipts, bro.
No,
of you thinking that Lepke could fucking take over for Zeke's production.
Nope, I didn't say that.
I know what I got planned on Friday
bring it
Night
up.
Divide.
Because I was my exact line every single time is you can't, if you're trying to replace Giambi, you're gonna fail with one player because we don't have the ability to replace Giambi with one player. We have to use multiple players to replace Giambi.
Who's Giambi?
Giambi's from Moneyball.
Oh,
I say every single time I say that quote.
I know.
And all I would say is
every
that
time you say it, I'm like,
we
who the fuck is Giambi?
just need multiple players to replace Zeke's production.
Maltese.
That's-
We need Maltese.
that's what I was
And I
getting
think
at.
maybe we got the boys. Possible. I need one more week before I'm kind of.
Oh,
I've bought
Kilo's calling.
Yeah,
for
I
a
need
soundbite
one-
here.
Kilo.
Smoke
Maybe.
weed. Oh.
Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
Here. I need a game two. I need one more game two.
I'm at the train station, ready
Yeah.
to buy that ticket on the hype train.
I think I bought my ticket.
I'm bought, but I'm ready to return.
Oh yeah.
I need one more Deuce Vaughn game, and if he has a big breakout run, dude, I was right jacked up when he broke the tackle and the safety hit the linebacker. I was like looking at Alex screaming. I'm super excited, and I hope everything we said about Deuce Vaughn is completely wrong. I need one more game.
Here's the before we hop into looking at anything else. Jake Bobo, 3 receptions, 55 yards, 1 touchdown. If you remember, he was part of our trifecta that we wanted the Cowboys to draft in DTR, Charbonnet.
Yeah, Bobo was the
and
wide
Bobo.
receiver out of
Big boy.
UCLA.
But anyways, I'm glad to see that he's there, and that's another guy I want to keep watching because he was a big guy. I think he was slow as fucking molasses, but who cares when you're
undrafted.
Yeah.
I mean, so did John Stevens Jr. They look at both the guys. That's interesting.
Yeah. So John Stevens Jr., Bobo, Vaughn, and Kobach for Seattle is the running back leaders, and I mean, none of this really matters. We got Greer, who actually, and look, he must have played better after I stopped remembering because he did not look good.
AJ, I don't even remember Will Greer playing. That's
No?
how fucking wasted I ended up getting in the second half. And once he was in, and once he was kind of in and Deuce Vaughn was out, I think I was slamming one every 5 minutes.
Man, here's the thing. With the QBR, it's really telling because he ended up with a better QBR than Cooper, but I thought that Greer did not look as good as Cooper Rush. But, what the fuck do I know?
You just hate redheads.
You got to give your number 3 some more time.
Injury report. We got Rojo, who's on reserve suspension.
Yeah, he's suspended.
Yeah, he's suspended
so
for the first 2 games.
So he can't play preseason.
Right. Then we got David Durden, questionable.
They call him David Durden.
They call him David Durden.
Junior Fiocco and Malik Jefferson.
So Jefferson was a guy that played well too. So we'd like to see him out there again.
Well, he got added on the 13th.
So a couple days ago.
And then on Seattle, who gives a shit? Cody Thompson, Jordan Brooks, Mike Morris, Kenneth Walker.
So you see Walker out there, so we might get a heavy dose of Charbonnet.
Oh, it's going to be AJ's greatest day. Charbonnet fucking throwing out some fucking runs.
We might see some Charbie.
Team stats. I mean, it's been one game. I guess this is what they're basing.
And it's
off of.
hard to. I mean, really,
who really cares? Let's go.
It's good to look at, but it's that's it. You can't really base. This will be awesome in during regular season, but right now it's kind of just a crapshoot, to be honest.
Sorry, I'll just go
week
back.
Week two. The best thing about week 2 is you're gonna see the Cowboys have already came out and said they're not playing any starters. So don't expect to see Dak Prescott. Don't expect to see Tony Pollard. Don't expect to see Micah Parsons. I respect that. I do. I don't want a Micah Parsons injury. I think the rust that Micah might have not playing any games, which I don't think he's going to have, is worth it. I would have liked to see Dak maybe play a series or 2. I would have liked to see the offense with the starting offensive line.
What was that stat that you posted that all the teams who didn't play a starter?
No, so last year there was 11 teams in the NFL that didn't play a starting quarterback, and out of those 11 teams, they went 3-8 in week 1. So only out of those 11 teams, only 3 teams won. Does that correlate with them not starting their starters? Maybe. Who knows? The thing that makes me worried is there's guys like the Kansas City Chiefs playing Patrick Mahomes in week 1, right? So, and Andy Reid's won a Super Bowl. So I mean, I guess Mike McCarthy has too. But I honestly would have liked to see Dak get a couple reps in, couple series, but it's not happening.
Do you guys want to
at all?
He's not playing. You're not going to see any starters in the preseason.
This fucking fly.
I know this fucking fly.
This one fucking fly has been in here this entire time.
Do you want to do kind of on the fly here?
Love on the fly.
Let's do I'm thinking like the marry, fuck, kill.
Yep.
Thing, but we do something that's like
fuck.
Boner alert.
Sit, bench, start.
Like moments that we want to see at the game, and then one bad one, something like that.
Okay,
I don't know.
Moments we want to see and moments we don't.
Yeah,
but
you know, like marry, fuck, kill is like I'm gonna marry Alex. Okay, I'm gonna fuck Anthony, and I'm gonna kill Adam.
Well, that's obviously the answers.
You could do. You do. Set. I've seen it a couple times. They'll go start, bench, or cut.
No, but I mean like look, it wasn't a good thing to bring up. We'll work on it. We'll brainstorm it. But no. I appreciate it. But the idea is we're at the game. What do we want to see?
Okay, we each get to see. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
One of us gets a moment that we want to see. One of us says a moment that's like we expect, and one would be terrible.
Okay.
So, absolute best moment, something we expect, something we absolute
absolutely don't want.
Let's do one.
want-
We'll each do.
We each do one.
Yeah.
We each do one.
Want to see?
Well, one at a time. Whoa,
Good- good.
hang on.
Going to see?
Whoa.
and
he's
then
already going.
don't want to
so
see.
I thought you were gonna.
Is that what it is? We want to see this. It's gonna see this, and then don't want to
Yes,
see this.
yes, yeah.
Want to see? Don't want to see.
So who goes with what? I want to.
Well, let's start with what we want to see.
I want to start. I want to end with what we don't want to see.
Yes. Yeah. So it's gonna be want to see what we expect and what we.
So
don't
who's
wanna see.
one of you guys has to step up?
I'll say want to see.
Yeah, you're the optimist of. You're the optimist prime.
I want to see a 90-yard touchdown, rushing touchdown by Deuce Vaughn.
Oh my God, that's
90 yard.
penciled. That's Alex's mushroom stamping his jersey.
No. Look, I mine is very similar, and so I'm going to say it, and then I'm gonna do another one, just so I'm not like double downing.
You're gonna double
No,
up
well-
on your. We expect to
He's
see.
gonna,
he's
he's gonna go Deuce on this one.
I don't mind 2 each. I
No,
don't
no,
mind
He's
2
gonna go
each.
Deuce on this.
I'm gonna go do this on it, but just to say, I wouldn't go as extreme as the 90-yard, but I want to see, I want to see Deuce repeat what he did,
Okay.
so that I can
Buy that jersey.
kind of be like the stepfather who's in the crowd as his son plays well in the final game, and he finally gives his kid a nod,
Just clapping and just head nodding.
and then the son respects him. Like that's the vibe.
But so Ad said 90 is what he wants to see.
I'd like to see him just kind of.
No, but yours is what we're expecting to see.
No. We're all doing.
Oh, we're
all
doing one of each?
One of each. Yeah.
Oh, I-
Otherwise, we
Okay.
get left out.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought it was like
No.
okay. I see.
So,
I see.
so
I see.
so what I want to see is. I want to see.
Sorry, you're expecting to see Deuce.
Well, if we're gonna say
repeat.
this, let's fucking hammer through them.
Okay, go for it.
AJ, what do you want to see?
I want to see, on our scale, is Schoonmaker come out there and show up and say, "Hey, Ferguson, there's some competition here, and it's going to be friendly, but I want to see him outperform Ferguson."
Okay, I'm gonna stick on the defensive side of the ball.
Yep.
For myself, I want to see because Ad knows I love my LBs. I love my LBs.
Loves
I want to see a DeMarvion Overshown sack, fumble, return touchdown.
Oh fuck!
Like we're talking about we're shooting for the stars, right? That's what I want to see.
Stars, baby. Lunatic says he wants to see 2 made 50+ yard field goals.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Actually, realistically, that'd be nice. Okay, so we got that. So now we're jumping on what do we expect
What do you
to see?
expect?
Okay, what do you expect to see?
I'll start
yeah,
with
you
that.
start.
I expect us to see Mousy Smith continue to do what he does: be a bully, take up 2 guys, take up 3 guys, and be very silent. And for people who don't watch, and I would have been included in this a few years ago, but I've learned myself to pay attention to people much smarter than me. To be, why do we draft this guy? He doesn't do anything.
Which was us.
because he goes statless.
Yep.
But when you see the effect that he has on the field and how he allows a player like Overshown to do what he has to do out there, that's the big benefit. So that I expect him to continue to perform as he has.
Okay, what my expectation of the game is AJ and I self-indulge way too much and then have to rewatch the game
Yep.
the following day to be able to prep for the following Wednesday. I feel like that could happen. I kind of expect that. I feel like, and Ad's driving us down. I don't want to get too cray.
Because I'll leave your fucking ass in Seattle, bitch.
But I'm gonna pop them. I'm gonna crack them. I'm gonna drink them. So.
I'm taking this as my CanFam birthday trip. So
Yeah, so that's what I expect to see. That's what I expect to see.
Grade 7 Network
Also-
taking off tonight. He says, good night. Good stuff, guys. Have a good night. I'm next with Harold's mom.
Oh, snap, Harold.
What a whore.
Check in on your mom, my friend.
Wear a condom.
Before you say that, I did also just want to say that we unlocked those YouTube dollars finally. It just took it took me giving up and then finally getting a random email from Google being like, "Hey, everything's ready."
Nothing's better than a
So-
YouTube buck.
Just saying that's something
That's
also
something- that's
worthy
what you
to
expect
worth
to see.
celebrating.
So I expect to see Overshown perform the way he did last game.
I like it. 35.
I was gonna say Mozzie Smith. He took it, so I'm gonna go 3-5 on
Yep.
that.
And then, Anth, you can
What
I'll
don't
lead
you
out.
want to see?
lead us out what we do not want to see.
was gonna say Micah Parsons' injury, and as I was saying it, I know as I was saying it, I'm like, he's not
on the side of the field, non-contact.
that would be the worst
celebration injury.
But because I went something that had nothing to do with the game, my last one, something I 100% don't want to see is the offense not move the ball. Like I'd like to see the seconds, the wide receivers and the running backs and the tight ends, whoever it be. I'd like to see some sort of chemistry. I'd like to see a couple touchdowns. It's preseason. I would love to see a 45-38 game. Like I would love to see it. You know, I know our defense isn't going to be an issue, so I would love to just see fireworks.
Yeah,
I don't want to see any serious injuries. So like I'm thinking of some of our guys who are making good productions. I'm thinking Jalen Tolbert. I don't want to see Jalen Tolbert get an injury because I think they're going to play him a lot. So guys who they trust and they want in there. So a Schoonmaker or a Stevens or a Tolbert or
JSJ?
Turpin. I don't want
Sam Williams.
I don't.
Mozzie Smith's going to be playing.
Yeah, I don't.
Damone Clark. You don't want any of those.
I don't want any of these dudes. Overshown. I don't want Overshown to go down with an injury.
An Achilles. Could you imagine?
Now, obviously, if
who do you want to see go down with an injury?
If I want, fucking Boss Man Fat.
You said it. Did he just Nate dog him? Did you?
Knocking on wood.
It hurts. Boss Man Fat. I'm sorry.
Hey man, you said it. I mean, the guy was in a car with someone.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it.
The guy was in the car with someone that shot out a window and killed someone. I don't feel bad for him getting hurt if he does. So.
Ooh, Double R says he doesn't want to see a lot of interceptions on the offense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't want to see fumbles. We had 2 fumbles.
Good call.
Well, this is what I'm leading to.
I fucking just stole.
I think as a group and as Cowboys Nation, we do not want to see Aubrey miss another extra point.
Oh, fucking rights. Good call.
But for me,
gosh, yes.
I don't want to see any more Muff Master out there on the field. I want to see the Sonic the Hedgehog Turpin that we're used to ripping off the field, collecting coins, not getting hit by spikes, and hitting that.
Not fighting Jim Carrey.
Not fighting Jim Carrey.
Not fighting Knuckles.
In fact, what I do not want to see him do is have a repeat of what he had last week.
Can't muff. Okay, guys. Hey, we will be live in Seattle coming up on this Saturday. How sick is that? We're going to be live. We got dope-ass seats. We're going to be there. We might do a little live stream before the game. We don't know. You just have to tune in, baby.
But your boys are going to be on location.
We're going to be on location at Lumen Field in Seattle, the Pacific Northwest, also known as the South for us Canadians. But for the bandwagon boys over there controlling the Millennium Falcon, me sitting over here finally just being able to chill and just drink like I'm supposed to. We will see you guys Saturday, and let's go Cowboys. Let's get another big W.